Good morning, all. Thank you for joining the session today. My name is Gaurav and I am representing iNogic in the capacity of a product owner. Today, I will be talking about one of the newly added productivity application in our portfolio, that is subscription and recurring billing management. This application is specifically designed for software publishers and value-added resellers using software as a service model. It streamlines the billing process by managing recurring invoices and tax calculation for your customers. Just to inform, all the lines will be muted during the session. Anytime at any point, if you have any query, please feel free to put it in the chat window. And at the end of the session, we will take them one by one. We will be recording this session as well. Before we dive into the session, let me give you a brief about iNogic. iNogic is one of the leading service provider and an ISV. We are an exclusive Dynamics 365 CRM boutique shop that has been in business for more than a decade now. We have been active in the community and our blogs are very popular among the community as well. You can see few of our offerings listed on the slide here. We have been focusing on building productivity apps, or what we would like to call as the one-click solution that reduces multiple steps which otherwise CRM users have to undertake. I will briefly talk about the few listed here. Maplytics. Maplytics is a market-leading CFMD certified product. It provides capabilities like visualizing CRM data on map, managing territories, route optimization, smart appointment planner, and much more. Next would be the SharePoint Security Sync. SharePoint Security Sync is a comprehensive solution for integrating dynamic CRM with SharePoint for document management. It also syncs the security privileges from dynamic CRM to SharePoint to ensure secure and reliable access to confidential documents stored in SharePoint. Next is User Adoption Monitor. This tool helps the managers in monitoring and keeping a track on how their users are adopting to dynamic CRM. Apart from developing apps, we are also an SI, and we do assist other partner and customers with our offshore development services. If you'd like to discuss opportunities around this, please feel free to reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. Over this session, we will talk about various challenges faced by the organization who sell software as a service in managing their customers' billing process, and we shall see how using our solution one can overcome them. Few of the challenges faced by an organization would be streamlining the recurring billing process manually in Dynamics CRM, flexible scheduling of invoices or orders on daily, weekly, or monthly basis, keeping a track of the payments due and sending reminders for them, auto calculation of the tax and implementing penalty on delayed payments. Few of the key features of our solution would be subscription schedule. This is kind of a contract where you define the billing cycle and other billing details for your customer. Delay charge schedule. Here you define the penalty cycles. Reminder schedule is used to remind the billing customer when a billing period is nearby. If you want to give a partner margin to your partners, margin schedule is what you define. To automate the tax process, be it a standard tax or the tax collected as per your customer's geographical location, tax schedule needs to be defined. We have also incorporated integration with Avalara tax system to take it a step further. However, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You shall see a lot more in the live demo. Speaking of live demo, let's consider a business scenario. Let's say there's an organization named Blue Technologies, which sells click-to-clone and Maplytics software solution as a service. Both these solutions are priced as per different pricing models. The pricing model for click-to-clone is tier-step, whereas the pricing model for Maplytics is tiered. Now, Blue Technology gets a partner named Cooper Technologies, who shows interest in both these softwares for their customer, ABB Switzerland. So in the demo, we shall see how a Blue Technologies salesperson takes this prospect through. As we can see, the lead is already present, and as the salesperson has got a go-ahead from the prospect, he or she shall qualify the lead. Now CRM will do its thing and eventually qualify the lead to create an opportunity. Before that, we select the existing customer, Cooper Technologies and David Cooper. Now CRM will convert this lead to an opportunity and the opportunity will pop open. Now the Cooper Industries are looking into this software for their customer ABB. The Cooper Technologies are looking into this software for their customer ABB Switzerland. So this makes Cooper Industries the bill to customer, whereas the ship to customer will be the ABB Switzerland. So as you can see, the Cooper Technologies is set as the bill to customer. We will go ahead and set ABB Switzerland as the ship to customer. Now let's say Blue Technologies want to give some kind of partner margin to Cooper Technologies on each sale done through them. Blue Technologies do that by assigning the margin schedule to Cooper Technologies, which entitles them for a 10% margin on the total amount, as can be seen from the margin percentage field. Also, when we navigate to the tax processing area, we see the tax schedule did get associated as well, because of which a 5% tax will be levied on the total amount. Here you also see the sales tax exemption number field, the purpose of which is to exempt the prospect from any tax only if they have the tax exemption number. Now, since the prospect showed interest in Maplytics and click to clone, the salesperson shall go ahead and put these two against the opportunity. So first we will add the product Maplytics. We set the commitment period as 12, which is the tenure of their subscription. As they want to bill on monthly basis, we select a plan accordingly. However, we can define multiple plans for a single product targeting different billing cycles. Next, we need to set is the subscriber count, which is nothing but the seats for which the software is being subscribed for. I am setting this to 10. And I save and close this form. The Maplytics will get added to this opportunity. Once Maplytics gets added to this opportunity, next I shall add another product of their interest, that is click to clone. For same tenure, that is 12 months, and for same user count, that is 10. So I select click to clone over here. I set the tenure, that is the commitment period, as 12. I select the monthly billing plan and I set this subscriber count as 10. This will add the click to clone to this opportunity as well. Now, once I have added both the products, you shall see the discount has been applied from the margin percentage over here, and the tax has been calculated as well. Now you can very much go ahead and convert this opportunity to a contract, which in our case is the subscription schedule, based on which the recurring billing shall happen. However, as per the business process of Blue Technologies, they first provide a quotation to their prospect. And when they receive a go ahead on the quote, the salesperson then and only then shall go ahead and convert the quote to the subscription schedule. So we will generate a quote from here. We click on the new quote button. All the details from the opportunity, that is the product lines, the bill to customer, ship to customer, margin details, tax details, all will get copied to the new quote that gets created. Let the quote open. Yeah, so as you can see, once the quote is created, all the pricing details, including the discount, the tax, the margin details, the bill to customer, ship to customer, everything got passed on to the quote. So we activate the quote. Now, once the salesperson gets a go ahead from their customer on the quotation, they will go and convert this quote to subscription schedule. They will do that by clicking the convert to subscription schedule button on the ribbon. Once they click on this button, the quote will get converted to the subscription schedule. As you can see over here, all the details got carried over to the subscription schedule. Since the customer is of US, we'll select the currency as US dollar. Save. On the subscription details tab, you see the start date. The start date is nothing but it indicates the start date of the subscription. The next set of fields, that is bill every and interval, decides the billing cycle, and as per the data set, the billing cycle is 1 month. Moving ahead, let's say you want to generate the invoice 5 days prior to the billing date. You do that using the field generate when and generate days count. You will select the option number of days before next transaction date on generate when and set the generate days count to 5. But as per our scenario, we don't want to do that, so we will keep reverted back to current record as empty. The duration field defines if the subscription schedule is endless or for a certain period. Here the subscription schedule is for 12 months, and thus the remaining invoice count is 12. Once the invoice gets generated for the current billing cycle, the count shall reduce by 1. And similarly, after an invoice gets generated for each billing cycle, the count will keep on reducing by 1. The next field is the reminder schedule. The purpose of this field is to remind the customers of a nearby billing date. So let's select that. Delay charge schedule. The purpose of this is to implement a percentage of total amount as penalty in case the customer fails to do the payment in the defined period. So we select that. Click on save. Now that the subscription schedule is ready, we shall generate the invoice for the current billing cycle. We click on the flow and we shall run a workflow to generate the invoice. Now this is an ad hoc way of generating an invoice against your subscription, which is scheduled for the current billing cycle. Usually, you will go by the ad hoc way in the initial stage of using our solution when you are uploading the data and testing out the functionalities, etc. Later, you rather prefer automating the process, for which you need to create a record for the workflow trigger entity, which will eventually run the process to check for subscription schedule at a preferred time, having the next transaction date as today. So let's take a look at the workflow trigger. Here you see the fields poll interval, which defines if you want to run the process daily, weekly, monthly, or annually. And the interval will say after how many days or months you want to run the process. In workflow options, we select the process we want to run for a respective purpose, and then we define the start time uh, when the process shall start. Now let's go back to the subscription schedule and see the invoice that has generated. So yeah, so as you can see, the invoice has now generated with all the invoice lines, and it is set as the current invoice for the current billing cycle over here. Now let's go to the invoice. On the invoice, you shall see all the product lines and the pricing details, and again the margin details, and bill to customer, ship to customer has been carried over. Now, has the process been automated? A reminder would have got generated and sent to the bill to customer. Now, for the demo purpose, we will go ahead and run a workflow. This is an ad hoc way of doing it. As I already mentioned, the other way of doing it is automating the process, for which you would again need to create the workflow trigger similar to what we created for generating the invoice. However, the reminder email would only get sent if a reminder schedule was associated to the subscription schedule. The reminder schedule is where we define the reminder rules based on which the reminder email will get sent to the customer, say 15 days or 30 days prior to the invoice due date. Using the functional role, you decide on which are the contacts associated to the customer selected in the field sent to functional role shall receive the reminder email. Now let's go back to the invoice and check out uh, the reminder email generated. While the reminder email is still generating, while the reminder email is still generating, I would like to show that as you can see over here, the value of the invoice is $142.50. The payment is yet due. So what we do is we go ahead and create a payment record for a partial amount. So we create a payment record with the payment method as cash and select the amount as $50 with the reference number 001, and we click on save. Now when we go back to the invoice, we shall see the remaining amount is reduced by the amount already paid. So in our case, we already paid $50. So when we go back to the invoice, we shall see the remaining amount is reduced by $50 from the total amount. Then we mark this invoice as paid by clicking on the invoice paid button on the ribbon. On doing this, another payment record will get created with the remaining amount as well, with the payment mode as others, as can be seen over here. And the invoice is now paid and completed. Now let's check. Yeah, so the email has got generated over here. If we open this, we shall see that it has generated with all the required recipients and the PDF attachment, which leverages the Word template of the feature of the CRM. Now let's consider another scenario. Let's say one of the customers who have subscribed for Mapletics earlier for 10 subscriber count now want to increase the seats to 20 in the mid of the billing cycle. In that case, the salesperson would want to send a quote to the customer. So we will create a quote associated to the subscription schedule with the extra seat counts. Here, as you can see, we have already created a quote and have associated the respective subscription schedule to the quote. Now the salesperson shall go and add the Mapletics product with the additional seat counts, which is 10 in our case. So we select Mapletics and we select the required plan for 1 month and set the subscriber count as 10. Now let's see the significance of the apply charges field. So in such scenario, in apply charges, we select the option immediately prorated because we want to calculate the prorated amount for the remaining days of the current billing cycle. Let's say if the customer decides to increase the seat count just one day into the billing. In that case, the salesperson, as per the organization's policy, might charge for the current billing period, and to do that, he or she shall choose the option immediately. Now, if the customer requests increase in seats from the next billing cycle, the salesperson would choose the option start from next billing cycle, as a result of which the increase in seat count will get applied from the next billing cycle. But for our case, it's immediately prorated, so we select that and save and close. So this will add the Maplytics product for 10 user count to your code. Now, let's say the customer also shows interest in an add-on that is the territory management of the Maplytics. So the salesperson adds that as well from the add-on UI provided over here. So they click on the add add-ons button. This will list out all the add-ons associated to Maplytics, and they go to territory management, select the territory management, choose the apply charges option as immediately prorated, and set this to 10. Add to list. This will add the add-on product to the quote line as well. But let's say later the customer thinks otherwise and would not want to proceed with the add-on. No problem. The salesperson just needs to open this product line, that is the territory management, and set the option convert to subscription to no. Doing this, it will ensure that when this code gets converted to the subscription schedule, the territory management product line is not carried over. So now let's activate this code and convert this to subscription schedule. We do that by the similar process, clicking on the convert to subscription schedule button. This will again carry forward all the details to the existing subscription schedule itself, and the existing subscription line will, which earlier had the seat count as 10, will now get updated to 20. And if we go to invoices, here you will see there is a negative invoice and a positive invoice generated. The purpose of this is to adjust the new increase in amount for the current billing cycle going on. We along with our solution also ship the revenue analysis dashboard, which shows different metrics details which help you monitor the progress of your subscriptions at a glance. Finally, to give a bit more insight on the plans, let's go to the product. So we are on click to clone product. On the subscription management tab, you shall see plans. So for a single product, you can add multiple plans. Now there could be a scenario that you sell your software in two different countries, let's say US and UK. So you would need plan according to that with the different currencies and different billing cycle. You can do that. While creating a plan, select the currency. So here we'll select Euro. You select the respective billing cycle. Now we want to bill every month. So we select the bill every as months and interval as 1. You can have different plans with different pricing models. So let's say we select this as volume. Because we already have a stair-step pricing model plan for click to clone. So here you will define in the plan details, you define different slabs based on which the pricing shall apply. So let's say we select here 1 to 50. And set the price as 10 euros. So if a customer subscribe for click to clone with the plan as a volume, right? So, and if they have 10 user count, so they fall in the first slab. So that's the purpose of this plan details and plan. Also, if we go to product, we shall see there is an add-on subgrid. So you can add multiple add-ons to a single product, and a single add-on can be associated to multiple products as well. So we saw that territory management was associated to Mapletics. Now there could be scenarios in a different organization where there could be a single add-on which is uh, applicable for, or which is true for more than one products. So in that case, you would want to add a single add-on product or want to associate a single add-on product to multiple products. So you can do that. So we can very much select territory management over here as well and save. So this will now associate territory management to your to click to clone as well. So this is all from the live demo of subscription and recurring billing management. I am starting a 30-second poll and I request you to kindly cast your vote for most liked feature. Only 10 seconds remaining. So if you have not casted your vote yet, kindly do that. Our solution, the subscription and recurring billing management, supports both the deployment model that is on-premise and online, starting from 9.0 and above. That's all from my end. Now I will take any question and answers from the audience.